I have had bed bugs once, but it was like, or maybe it wasn't bed bugs.
Okay, what?
Maybe it was ants. I remember having a dream once where I was like, what the fuck? Something is biting all over me. And I dreamed it was ants. When I woke up, the fucking bed was covered in ants. Apparently it was storming outside and they were coming in.
Yeah.
But they came in
fucking full
and I
force.
lived on the lower level of the house and it like fucking, they just came all over my bed, but I don't know like why the hostility.
You got that sweet, sweet blood in you, dog.
I had that aroma.
You fucking
they needed to take a
sweet
bite.
boy, you know what I'm saying? This shit tasty, dog.
It's fucking wild.
Drinking
bro.
that alkaline water with that purple drink, with that, what you got in there? What you got in there?
Need no bat.
Hey.
I was just like, I'm gonna match my drink today, dog.
Yeah, no, it's a good look.
Yeah.
I was wondering what's up with the shoes and the...
You know, you just
That's
gotta
all
be.
good.
I'm in style, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
What's up with the hair, man? Let's talk about it,
We're
right?
going through it.
Let's talk
All
about it, right?
Some changes, bro. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, am I gonna keep the hair or am I gonna cut
it into a mullet, man.
Yeah. But my hair is straight. You know.
Yeah.
So
you
the back
don't
looks-
have to be curly. Turn around.
Yeah.
Give me that neck.
But what I'm saying is, like, when you do have a mullet, it is super windy outside for work.
We got a storm coming.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
I had no idea. But like,
Severe.
wow. Okay.
Severe thunderstorm. It's a real deal.
I feel like to have a mullet, it makes the most sense if your hair is semi-curly to curly. It can't be like the peak of your hair can't be semi-curly. The peak of your hair has to be curly.
I mean, you could make it pretty curly, I think. I think with just some product, it would be...
This is me trying as hard as I fucking can for it to look like something other than just hay. Like,
This
hay.
is you trying.
I mean, I'm not... It's hard to say. I'm not actively trying for it to be curly or anything. I'm actively trying for it to be something. Mm-hmm. Do something.
And this is as far as you've got?
I don't know.
Yeesh.
I took a salt bath the other day, and, you know, I was, like, sweating, so I was, like, rubbing my hair with it. And then when I took the shower, I just rinsed my hair. So I was, like, it's kind of like that going to the beach hair.
Yeah.
You're trying to see how that shit's going to, like, vibe. So it gave it texture. It looks dirty. It's not dirty. It's salty. Like if you ate it.
Dirty.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. What happens when you sweat? Salty.
Okay, dude.
Dirty.
All right.
Is what you mean.
Yeah, but I rinsed it out, you know?
Man.
I did.
I honestly know you're not supposed to use shampoo every time you wash your hair.
Yeah. Actually,
like, I know that's like a thing.
Cutting edge.
But I don't... Nope. That's not that.
You're giving me props. I can feel it.
No, but I know you're not supposed to. But if I don't for more than 24 hours, my hair gets so greasy. It's so greasy.
If you don't shampoo your hair, you shampoo it every
day.
Shower?
Yeah, every shower. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's wild. I do like, that's one thing I miss about when my hair was like buzzed, like short, was like, you could shampoo your hair and just scratch real hard, and it's just like that animal thing where you're just like,
it's fucking nice, bro.
You open your eyes and they're rolling back. Yeah,
real good. Yeah, no, but I shampoo every single time. I know you're not supposed to, but what if I don't? It looks like
the counter to you're not supposed to.
It looks
I used
like
to also always condition my hair when it was that short.
Condition it, huh?
Yeah, when it was like. You probably couldn't even see I had hair.
Mm-hmm.
It was so short. But I would also condition it because I was like, conditioner just feels slick, feels smooth. It makes me feel like I did something.
I like to be lubed up top. I want to be real aerodynamic up here. Yeah.
The shit was nice, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my hair. Like, should I grow it out? Should I fucking just cut it and be my age? I just feel like I'm this far along the journey that it's like, it's now or never.
To do it? To grow it?
Yeah, like, am I going to grow it? And then also, say I decide to grow it and
what's the final...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What's
like,
the final form?
If it gets long enough to put it in, like, a bow, like, this is what we're dealing with. Look at the little things I got.
Maybe don't do that.
What are those called?
Maybe
you know?
Don't do that.
I got the little pockets up there.
Widow peaks, is that what they are?
Widow peak?
I think
okay.
so.
Yeah, so like recessive or non-dominant or something? Yeah, so I got like that type of shit. It's like genes. They taught you in school, but I couldn't remember the name of the hair
Or
thing.
maybe that's, maybe Widow Peak is up here, is in the front.
Oh, it's where the front dips down?
Yeah,
Then
it goes like this.
I got two peaks?
I think those are just...
Twin peaks?
What it do?
Fucking.
I think that could just be a recessed hairline. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm not going bald.
No, but your hairline is like that.
Yeah, but I
It's
wouldn't.
recessed. Doesn't mean your hair's falling out. That would be hair loss.
There you go. See, but I'm not recessed. I know who I am as a person, and it's not recessed.
Hey. Dig a little deeper on that one, okay?
Yeah, but it's not recessed though, you know. Yeah, dude. I don't know. What do you think? Cut it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's saying cut it, dude. I don't know, dude.
But here's the thing, though, is that it doesn't matter who you are. The mid between cutting it and growing it out is always a terrible look.
Oh.
It doesn't matter who you are. It always looks shitty until it gets to that final form, and then it's like, okay, it's worth it. But so I just can't imagine you. But I don't know what you're going for. So it's like I don't know where.
Do you want to hear my argument against it? My argument
against growing it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a big head.
Yeah.
Adding more stuff to that real estate, that'd be like having a big ass yard and a house as big as the yard.
Yeah. I mean, I think
the house is too big.
But I think it could cover up some of the. But like if the yard is shitty, you want to cover the yard up with a big house.
What do I need to cover up?
That big ass head.
Yeah, but they're gonna look bigger because
no, but then you
shit.
can't define where your head is at.
They're gonna see more of it.
No, they won't. They see more hair,
which is attached to my.
Yeah, it's your head, but you can't tell where your head starts and ends with if it's covered in hair. So maybe it'll bring the face in a little bit.
I don't think you understand what you're saying.
No, I get where I'm coming from. I get it. I'm just trying. I'm having a hard time putting it into words that you understand.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think any of it makes sense.
Getting it.
I can understand and not agree.
Agree to disagree.
That's not what it's called.
That's what we call it. Yeah.
I just disagree.
We are agreeing to disagree.
No, dude, you can't just force that on me.
Yeah, hey,
I quit.
That's what we're doing, dude.
I've quit.
That's what agreeing means. So there you go. Dude. There we go.
All right, dude.
One for the home team.
You watch any of the fights over the weekend?
Mm-mm.
Cory Sandhagen won.
I did not. I saw a bunch of people. Cory Sandhagen won.
Yep.
Against who was he fighting?
Marlon Vera.
Okay, yeah. I saw that. I saw a bunch of people saying it should have gone the other way.
No.
Oh, really?
No. Yeah, it was like one-sided. But one of the judges scored it 49-48 for Vera.
Oh, okay.
Like he won 3 of the rounds, and then Sandhagen won 2. But in all the other judges' scorecards, it was like either 4-1 or 5-0.
Damn.
So they have no idea like what that dude was like.
Who's the judge?
I don't know. I didn't see his name.
Is it that dude?
No.
It's not. That would have been hilarious.
No, but that was wild. Holm won again. So that's a whole.
Hell yeah.
She's been fighting for fucking ever.
Bro. Listen. How do you think she looks now?
What do you mean, her fighting style or physically?
Physically.
She's ripped.
Yeah.
Are you talking about her face?
Yeah.
Look. We're just stating. Okay, so
you like how I asked it as a question?
Yeah, because like that was a weird question. I'm trying to be just nice.
Mm-hmm.
We're not stating because she's a girl these things. We're stating like she's a human and this is the condition.
This is what happens.
You know? Yeah. So like I would say I'd stop. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do some sort of Mickey Rourke. Can you move this over here and then just pick this thing up?
I think she already has had some of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think you do that while you're fighting, though. Because it would be so easy to reverse it while you like, say you get super fucked up. Somebody's got hands and they're just getting through your guard or your technique.
I think she's had some of that already done.
What do you think?
What do you think? What do I think she's had done?
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a game.
Oh, you just don't have nothing off the top?
No.
See, I'm thinking something along the lines of she has a tight forehead. Like it's skin tight. Okay.
Which is,
not a lot of ripples, Not a lot of extra just
like her
baggage or anything.
Her forehead and definitely her cheeks.
You think, let me see. You think they've been worked on?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like if you look earlier fights, maybe her eyes slants. But that's from like scar tissue and shit from her eyebrows being cut and them lowering and whatnot.
Yeah,
like,
I think she's definitely. Oh,
I don't know, dude.
see.
I just think, like, dude, you probably made enough, but it's hard to say because at that point you're like, do you give up that fighting instinct? Do you have something burning inside you that you feel like, yo, I got to do this? And if you're healthy, dude, she's super healthy and she's fucking ripped.
Holly Holm sticking with UFC on new 6-fight contract.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it, but yeah, dude, it's crazy. I mean, I don't even know how many fights she's had in here, and also Cowboy just got inducted, or he's going to be inducted in the summer Hall of Fame. 38 UFC fights, not just fights.
Yeah, he still holds the record, right? For most.
No, that's not even the most. He's like third most, or maybe second most.
Maybe it's like maybe it's.
I think it's Jim Miller.
Maybe it's like. It's a bunch of random shit that he holds. It's like most leg kicks and most
he has a bunch
or
of
something
that.
Or some weird.
Like Frankie Edgar has the most time in an octagon, which is like 8-something hours.
Good Lord.
But I'm like, just break down 38 fights. You're doing 4 a year. What is 38 divided by 4? Like if 9. In the heyday, 9?
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's if you're cooking 4 fights a year. And there's some years
the last couple of years he only fought a couple times.
Yeah, like once a year and a half.
Yeah,
something like that. Only like enticing fights, but like.
So he's been in the game for over.
I remember watching
years.
him and Anthony Pettis and Mike Brown, which is like everybody's fucking striking coach. He's like Jorge Masvidal's striking coach. He's Dustin Poirier's striking coach. He's like American Top Team's guy, basically. But he was fighting Uriah Faber, and they were all fighting in the WEC, and there was this show that Tap Out did. I can't remember the name of the show. It might have just been called Tap Out. Like, it was the brand Tap Out, and it had the guy, the mask. He used to paint his fucking face, and he passed away. But, like, that's where I found these guys. Like, I was like, man, this shit is crazy.
That's when everybody was on the Tap Out, like, clothes and shit like that. Like, shorts and the shirts and everything was fucking crazy.
It was crazy. That, Affliction. You had the fucking...
Affliction.
The Zions. Do you remember those energy drinks?
Yeah.
It was like
XYIENCE.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, this is UFC drinks?
That was a weird deal. That whole... How that ended up. Because there was like somebody sued somebody allegedly with that company.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I don't know if the UFC bought part of it and then they sued the UFC or something. There was some weird like trademark deal that happened. And I think they ended up getting sued for like $250 million or something. It was something crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get popping in the energy drink like world and gain success in space.
I don't know. You can ask the Bang dude.
Yeah, but isn't he been sued like for more money than his company's worth as well?
I don't even know if he's still alive. I mean, honestly.
He's probably just propped up by energy drinks.
Yeah.
They're just like, we're going to need another 24 cc's of Bang Peach Vibe.
Golly, dude. Those things are gnarly too, bro.
I haven't had a Bang in like years now, but yeah, I remember drinking those and feeling like my hair would get longer just like while I was drinking it. I was
Your nails are growing. You're like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude? I was like, it looks like I just drank a Bang right now.
Yeah. Had a couple of them, huh?
Yeah. All night Bang Fest, you know?
Well. Okay.
It's a Bang bender.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. What's wrong with him? He bangs a lot.
He needs some water.
He needs some milk. Dude, yeah, the fights this weekend that happened, or I guess 2 weekends ago now, or whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm.
When this comes out, because this will come out Monday, on Wednesday we go to LSU at Fred's Bar and see Bussin with the boys on their spring tour.
Yeah, hell yeah.
VIP packets.
It's gonna be sick.
And I got them a little surprise.
Oh shit! Here we go. Which
is what you noticed when you walked in. Now, I'm gonna prepare you, bro. This shit is fucking wild. Okay. Where did you
procure these?
Well, I designed it.
Okay.
Off of a couple images. I was like, I want this on this, but like this doesn't exist yet, so let's try to do it like this. And then I hit up Parker, who made our sign and the gym sign, and I was like, yo, I have an idea. And like I got tickets. I found out they were going on the summer tour or spring tour. And they normally hit like college campuses, and they just try to get the vibe of the city or whatnot, and check in with the players and the athletes and like the coaches, and they do videos. And this year they're doing live podcasts.
Yeah. So
I was like, let's fucking go. Like, that's so close to us. Well, the closest it's gonna be, right? Yeah. And then I saw that they also had VIP packages, and it's rare that you come across somebody that you like that isn't just super fucking mainstream already. Yeah. I don't mean like they're not popping. They are fucking popping. But I mean like
they're still doing like meet and greet shit and like hanging out with fans and like
they're accessible. They're not like Matty Matheson. No offense. He's so fucking. He's like Drake in the cooking world.
Yeah.
You're not just.
You're not going to touch Matty.
Yeah. You know so like we could make him a T-shirt and it'll never see the light of day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I got you.
But I was like, we're at a crossroads where they're so accessible that it's like, I just bought the VIP package. We could just go see them.
Yeah.
And I was like, why not just do a little deal for them, because it'd be cool, and see how it goes. And they do like vlogs and stuff, and I've seen people like give them shit on there and stuff, and it's like, it'd be cool to be a part of their little journey. And I think they'll see the care that went into this. It's gonna blow your mind.
Okay. No, that's sick, dude.
Right?
The Budweiser logo, dude, that's tight.
It's fucking wild, and it's on a Chevy emblem.
Yeah, dude, that's tight.
Dude, it took me.
That's fire, bro.
Like, because
that's
so here's a story for you. So they used to have this Budweiser logo on the bow tie, like the Budweiser bow tie.
Yeah.
So it's like their logo ripped onto that like scheme, right? Kind of how we did like Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And they sold merchandise. Well, they got a C&D, cease and desist, and they were like, "Yo, you can't sell that shit no more." And they're like, "All right, cool. We're gonna get rid of our product. Then we won't ever do it again." And they were like, "Yeah, that's cool." So I was like, I loved the way that it was written. I was like, how can we pull that off on another thing? They're sponsored by Chevy.
Oh, well, fuck yeah.
So I was like, fucking. And then I was like, sense. Let me take it a step further. Their bus is a Dale Earnhardt number 8 bus. Dale Earnhardt Jr., sorry. And I was like, what if we just like Dale Earnhardted the logo a little bit? That's where I came up with like the old Intimidator color scheme. And I was like, dude. And he fucking nailed it. 3D.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks sick with it, like, jumping off of the...
Dude, if you're watching, bro, you are not prepared. Like, it doesn't
it's
give
a heavy
it
hitter.
justice.
It's a heavy hitter. That's for sure. Yeah, that thing's sick,
Yeah, bro. I just hope that it hits them like how it hits me. I'm not even like, this isn't even our podcast, and I'm like, man,
I know, but still,
banger of a logo.
I love the Budweiser logo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love that cursive, like that font. It looks sick. Yeah, that's tight, bro.
And it's made out of fucking solid ass wood. Don't know what type, but
solid ass wood.
It's fucking there, dude. It's gonna be a fucking deal, dude. I cannot wait to go. And that kind of like, have you ever been to LSU? We'll be like a block from the campus.
I don't know if I've ever spent any time at the campus. I don't think.
I've never been to LSU. I've always wanted to go to a night game there.
Yeah.
Like a Alabama LSU night game.
Yeah.
Because it's rock in Death Valley.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that campus just gets absolutely stupid.
Oh, I mean,
it's a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine that place just catches on fire after games,
rips.
Bro. I bet that, yeah. Like, I mean, fuck, even here, or like, I mean, fuck, when the Saints play in New Orleans,
yeah,
even if they lose, like it's stupid. You know what I mean? I've driven from, like, a couple years ago, we made the drive. Christmas Eve. We were all hanging out at the beach, and my buddy was over in New Orleans, and the Saints had just played. And I can't remember. I think they lost, but he was like, "Everything's on fire. We're partying or whatever." And it was like 9:00, and my buddy was like, "Let's just drive over there. Fuck it." And we drove over there that night and partied with them.
It's 9 p.m.
Yeah,
that night, and you're like, "Let's just go over there."
Yeah, it was just like, "Fuck it."
Bro,
and we partied for like
That's a young
4 hours,
game.
and then slept in the car for 2 hours, and fucking went home. Yeah,
yeah.
It was wild, dude. It's
I miss
crazy.
having
Those
energy
days,
like that.
those days are kind of gone. I ain't do none of that wild shit like that now. But
Yeah.
it was a good time. It was super fun just to go over there and be like, oh, why not? What do we ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Also,
just got to be back by Christmas Eve to hang out with our families.
where is everybody?
Yeah.
Dude, funny story. Like, I think I've told this on here already, but like, my dad is coming in town in this situation, and I hadn't seen him at the time for like 2 years or something like that. And we're all meeting at my sister's house, Tiffany's, and Kitty happened to surprise me with Alabama tickets, and I'm like, this is fucking dope. I've never been to a live college sporting event. I've been to like the Blue Wahoos games, but before they were the Blue Wahoos, like the Pensacola Pelicans, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And then I think I've been to something else, but I had never been to anything like that.
Pelicans games used to rip, bro.
And it was at UWF campus. Yeah. So it was like in them fields.
Yeah,
and I was like, dude, this
sick, dude.
Yeah,
they had a big like warm up area next to the thing, so you could go back there and like throw the baseball the whole night. Like if you didn't want to sit and watch the game.
Yeah.
I don't think I went to I don't know how many of those games, but I couldn't tell you. I might have sat in an actual seat watching the game, maybe an hour. But the rest of it, you're like running around. They have like bounce houses and stuff for kids, and like you're throwing the baseball around.
You're like concessions.
Yeah,
and you got
you're
other
like,
kids you don't even fucking
just
know.
Like, yeah.
It's just
those were so much fun.
Yeah,
dude. Those Pelicans games were so fun.
But he had surprised me with those tickets for my birthday, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! I've never been to one of those, so I'll go." We go. Long story short, we end up getting put in jail. Okay, overnight. I mean, it's for like the weekend, but. You get one phone call, and I used my phone call, nobody answered. And I was like, fuck. Kitty used his phone call. He got through to somebody, but they're like, we can't do anything until Monday because the jail's closed on Sunday. Even though you're in there, it's closed to, like, the public, I guess.
Yeah. There's nobody working the front desk of the jail.
Yeah. But they couldn't get one person.
Yeah.
Not at all. And we end up getting out the next day, but, like, the next day that we're able, or the next time we're able to make phone calls, I get through to somebody, and it's my sister Tiffany. She answers, because I was like, the first one I think I tried my dad. He didn't pick up because maybe he was driving over here, and he's coming from Jacksonville. We live in Pensacola, so it's like a fucking 6-hour drive or whatnot. And I'm like, fuck, that was my one shot. So then Tiffany answers, and I'm like, okay, dude. This is middle of the day on a Sunday. I was supposed to be there already.
Yeah.
And they probably started. I was supposed to be there like 10 a.m. and I probably get through about 1 p.m. on this phone call. And I'm like, hey, can you like walk away from everyone real quick? They're like, she immediately, before she says anything to me, she goes, it's Cody.
Oh.
Like she had already answered, and I heard her echoing in the background. It's Cody.
You're like, oh, God.
And she goes, what, are you in jail? And I'm like, can you just walk away from everybody real quick? I just need to speak to you. And she goes, okay. She goes outside. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to need you to give Dad the phone, but I am in jail. Okay, so be cool about this. Don't blow anything. And she's like, are you being serious? And I'm like, I am absolutely serious. We are somewhere in Mississippi.
Why do you think I'm calling you from this random number?
Yeah, I have no idea how we got into Mississippi, because the game was in Alabama and we're coming from Florida.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody knows how the map works, but Florida is touching Alabama. There's nothing in between us.
Yeah.
You literally...
You have to go through Alabama to get to Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how we got in a Mississippi jail blew everyone.
It blew took us, all of our minds.
Even the cops were like, where are you coming from? And we said an Alabama game, and they were like, no, you're not.
Lying. You're lying. You're like, no, we really are.
And I'm like, no, I am.
Y'all must be high.
Yeah. I mean, it for sure smelled like we were high.
Yeah.
And so she's handing the phone to my dad, and my dad's like, what, is he in jail? Like, they're all like, what is he in jail? Like, because, like, why else would I have not answered any of the phone calls?
Right.
Everything's going
How many times
green.
did they call you before?
Oh, I still don't know, because my phone died. So
So when you got it back, it didn't say, like, missed calls or whatever?
I don't think so. I can't remember that part. I don't know if there was anything left on my phone. Because then it was like, I didn't get any service for days, because it was like the drive back and then letting it charge. So from the time it died Friday night or Saturday night till like Monday, I didn't have it on.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people were probably like, "What the fuck going on?" But yeah, and I was like, "I am actually in jail, and I know you're not gonna believe me." He goes, "Stop fucking around. Where are you at?" And I'm like, "I am in jail, but I also think we're in Mississippi because that's what they're telling us." Could be.
I don't know if I believe him.
Yeah,
but
that's like the last time I've been to like a college thing, so this will be really dope. And we've never been to any live podcasts.
That's correct.
I think the next one we should go to is YMH Live if we can get like in person live tickets. That'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I don't ever see them selling in person tickets, but maybe I'm just not looking.
Yeah, I think they do, but I think it's like way early, and they kind of keep a DL. I don't think it's as big as like know like a big tour,
But to go to like Austin and then go to like Comedy Mothership and
yeah, no, it would be a sick trip.
Yeah. That'd be wild, dude.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
But
I still think it's so funny how half the time they show the audience and half the people have like walked out. You know what I mean? When they're showing clips and shit.
Yeah.
Because they get gnarly, dude.
Dude, I remember when we were in here, the first one we watched together, we were eating pizza, and the dude was like stabbing his own dick.
Yeah.
And he was like bleeding and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty strong stomach.
Yeah.
And we're eating.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not
That's
a good
where
mix.
where we fucked up. Is that we probably should not have done that.
Yeah. And that severely changed me. I can't.
Something about dick puncture too is just aggressive.
Because you think about your own man.
Yeah.
You're like your own pieces, and you're like, I couldn't even imagine being that rude to him.
Yeah.
I'm like, you've done a lot of good for me. Probably a lot of bad as well, but
yeah.
I would never turn my back on you like that.
Yeah, I mean, we're fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Boys.
We're chilling.
Hey, whatever you're getting into, I also have to be dealing with.
We're good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I don't know.
That got me pretty fucked up. And then I remember I just recently showed you that Hoarders episode of the lady that hoarded shit.
I didn't watch it.
Dude.
I don't do that.
It's okay for you to skip that.
I don't do that.
I think that's too heavy.
I've seen enough of the like horror stories of shit like that where it's too much for me.
It is.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have.
Something about that whole hoarding thing too is just like a very
you say hoardering?
Hoarding? Yeah, I don't know how you say it.
Hoarding?
Oh, hoarding. Yeah, you right.
Like hoardering?
You right.
What are they ordering?
But something who hoarded it? Something about that is a very specific niche in my brain that just fucking I can't do it.
Do you have a soft stomach when it comes to shit like that?
I don't think it's stomach.
It's a mind thing?
As much it is like in my head.
Yeah.
You know? Because when I was young, my dad was kind of a hoarder in a way. Not
not gross.
No, not gross, but like you'd walk into the garage and we have so much stuff stored in there, you'd have a walkway to get through to places. Like there's 2 walkways. And like so when I'd see shit like that, I'd be like I can't do it.
Dude, on this same episode, they had another lady, because this was back when they were doing like joint episodes where you have 45 minutes, but it's like it's literally set up where it's a highlight, basically. The whole episode is a highlight. Because you never sit down and you're really going through it with somebody. It's like they'll cut to and be like, why do you think you're doing this, Diane? And Diane's like, my mother did it. And then it cuts to the other person's story, does the same thing, and then it'll cut back, and you're like, dude, give me a good 5-10 minutes with this person before you cut. I need to get involved a little bit. You're being so fast. I feel like,
bro, I meant to ask you this because we talked about, you said something a couple podcasts ago, and you never said it on the podcast, and I never asked you outside of it, but you said that you had watched a movie that was going to make me happy that you had watched.
Damn, I don't want to do that right now,
bro. Why?
Because I have a setup for when I want to do that.
Dude, I've been thinking about it for like a month now. I've been like, what movie did he watch?
Dude,
it's a Nicolas Cage movie, yeah?
I'm not going to say any
100%.
details.
Yeah.
But you will be happy when it's all said and done.
What did you think of the movie?
This movie we're talking about?
Yeah.
Actually, it's 2 movies that I got into that I did because I was like, I shouldn't do one and not do the other one. Because I feel like he's going to respect that I did both, and I can speak on both. Because I feel like they were better than I thought, but they were also very different than I thought.
Are they like prequel, sequel
thing? We're done with this conversation.
Bro, you got to give me something. You can't just...
I did do that on the podcast, didn't I?
No. You said it before we recorded, and you were like, "I'm gonna tell you, I watched something that's gonna make you happy," and I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Oh,
and then
yeah.
nothing. Then you never brought it up again, and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, I have some shit set up for that, but I'm gonna wait to. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. But you're gonna be so.
For
I
why?
think it'll pay off really well.
Are we gonna have Nicolas Cage on the couch, and that's when you're gonna do it?
No, dude.
Then what are we doing? Then why I gotta wait?
It'll just be worth it. Just let it go.
Oh my god!
All right. Well, anyway, speaking of we're going to see this live podcast by some of the boys. On their very last podcast, which now it was like 2 podcasts ago, they brought up a good question, and I wanted to run it by you because I felt like, man, that is like a very good fucking question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have the ability to time travel and go into the past with your mind that you have now, or go into the future? It's a fucking tough question. And now I'll tell you what?
Would it just be for a minute?
No, you go back and then start.
Then you stay there.
Yes. Now I will say, for whatever reason, when they were doing this, they were saying like, when you could go into the future, you can come back.
So you can come back from the future.
But when you go into the past, you have to live back up to that time.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
That's crazy, but you could do a lot knowing what you know now.
But how would I explain it?
What do you need to explain?
I mean, listen, Nate has a bit about this.
No,
and it's true.
Hold on. How are you understanding this?
I'm saying you go back with the mind I have now.
Yes.
What is that going to do for anybody back then?
I mean, it barely does anything for anyone now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's not going to do much for anybody.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, how does that work? And I'm going to be like, you know what? I should have thought about that before I came.
What if you have a day to prepare?
I mean,
you're a pretty smart guy. You could figure some shit out where you can go back and just be like, because look, I'm not going to tell you my side
There's 2 different ways you can look at this too, right?
Yes.
So there's one that you could go back and help the world, right?
And yourself at the same time.
But hear me out. Okay. There's the way you could do that, or you could go back and just help yourself. Or you could be like, I'm going to be the fucking ruler of this bitch and try and take the world over, right? So there's 2 different ways you could do that, I feel like. Now, which one would I do? I don't know. I probably would go to the future if we're going to be completely honest.
That's with the capabilities of coming back, just knowing what it is.
Yeah.
Now, what happens, because they threw this scenario too, what happens if you go into the future? Because you can't just be like, just going forward. You have to set like, I'm going to go 30 years in the future or 5 weeks. You can't just be like, I'm traveling faster than everyone else right this second, because that just wouldn't work. You'd have to set a date or a time or whatever.
Yeah.
And same thing for the past. You can't just like...
Right, you can't just stop when you want. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because you can't just be seeing everything happening and be like, I'm going to stop here.
Yeah.
Right? So with that being said, what if you go too far and nothing's there? Nothing.
Scary.
It's black.
Then I come back. I'm not hanging out.
I'll
be back yonder
now.
Well, but I can.
But there's no
But
reality.
you said I could, right?
Okay.
I got that pocket. I got that pocket rig, dude. I throw that thing on the ground and I'm back. I'm fucking bouncing right back, dog. You know what I would probably do? I would probably go 10 years before and be like, okay, what happened? How did this happen? You know what I mean?
You don't know when it happened.
But I'd just go back like a year and then a year.
Okay,
and
look,
then a year.
You only have one chance to do any of this.
Oh, then I'm coming back to right now. Yeah.
You're dumb as shit. What do you mean you're coming back to right now? So you're saying you're going into the future.
If I get there, there's nothing there. I'm coming right back, dude.
You're like, hey guys, I'm winning in 30 years. Something happens.
There's something going on,
and nothing's there.
Yeah, it could be tomorrow. It could be 15 years from now. I don't know.
See, you're gonna be like the Mayans, bro. People are gonna be like, he said some shit happened. When? I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. Could happen 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, I'll let you know when it's going down.
Yeah,
for sure.
This is my train of thought, and I'm probably gonna say this is my pick. I guess I would say I would go back. I would probably go back to like 10 years old. And then whenever... What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean with the face? What do you mean? You immediately had a problem.
Just keep going.
Okay, I would go back to 10 years old, and I would be more present in certain situations for sure. Like, and I know this is going to sound minuscule to people, but it was the Attitude Era. in wrestling, and it was something I just wish I would have found more opportunities to watch pay-per-views live. Okay. And whenever I got of age and I had money, I would have invested in the right opportunities. Like maybe I would have put money in Facebook.
Yeah.
I would have divvied up some. I would have figured out how to do that. I still don't know how to put money in things, but I would have been like, "Yo, y'all take some of this and give me some more back."
That's a good point. Going into the past, you can definitely set yourself up.
You could have been, say, like your real estate agent. You could have been a part of one that blew.
Yeah.
But you don't have to move much now. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just like, I'm wherever I want to be. And now, because if you go back, let's just say I have to go back to when I'm 10. That's a long time ago. I go back to when I'm 10. You're not alive.
Yeah. No, I'm alive.
What is our gap? I thought it was 10.
Like 8 years.
Okay.
You're 32, right?
33 this year.
So you're 32, right?
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
So I'm 24. So yeah.
Okay, so but yeah. So I would probably also, I wouldn't fuck with like the way things moved so much, because like I appreciate the way life played out. Other than the money
relive
situation,
the same life. Just invest.
I would invest and just treat people that, I don't know. Maybe
you wouldn't go back to like stop World War II or something. Nothing like that.
Oh, I would. Well, I wouldn't even be alive. So how would I do that?
But if you, no, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I've been talking about this whole time.
What's up?
About me right now. Me is my age as I am as of now.
That's a whole different question. But okay, we'll go
going
with
back
yours.
to 1930 or whatever.
You would go back before AC?
No, this is what I'm saying. This is where my head was at when you said this. I wasn't imagining my lifetime. Yeah. Like, if I could go back to when I was 7,
yeah.
Like, why would I do that? I would go 30 years back so I can meet Elvis and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. See, the issue with this concept is, like, you go back in time.
The issue is we can't. That's the issue.
You're like, this doesn't exist. You're making it up.
No, there's no point. But, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But, so what's the issue with that? Going back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago.
Well, we don't exist.
But that's what I'm saying in my head.
You're saying if...
So, this is a fake scenario, right? So, my fake scenario, I'm my age now.
Okay, so we'll go on yours?
Yeah.
So, if you could... Okay, also... Let me make an amendment. If I can make an amendment to that, what if you also stayed your same age when you went in the future?
That's what I'm thinking.
Forward.
That's what I'm thinking, too.
Okay,
I'm thinking both of them. That's what I'm thinking both.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's why
I think I would only go forward.
I wouldn't want to go to the future and be 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Fuck that.
But I think the thing is, I would have to only go forward, and I'm literally basing this off of the invention of cooling things, meats, me in general. I need to think it's too hot.
You're a big AC boy.
I'm a big AC
boy.
You're
a big AC boy.
You know, I cannot live without it.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I can't for fathom
sure
living in a house.
We didn't have AC for what, 3 days or something like that?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Was it that long?
It was weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I just imagine living in a house that had just the saloon doors. Mm-hmm. So like the top and the bottom wide open.
Yeah.
Okay, saloon. And you're waiting for a guy to come by
yeah. Saloon.
A saloon.
Doors. Top and bottom open.
You're waiting for a guy to come by in a horse and carriage with meat. I'm good, dude. I'm not waiting.
But what if you brought refrigeration back?
I don't want to go through the process of figuring out the kinks that
But you got a day. You got a day to prepare. Go back to the
fucking... No matter how much time I have, dude. I don't want to. I'm not gonna.
You could be the number one AC. You could monopolize AC and become a millionaire in a couple weeks.
Bro, I'm telling
you. In the early 1900s, bro.
I'm telling you, I can't do it.
Well, 1800.
I understand. I gave you the day option as well.
Yeah,
and you're giving it to me right back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not as smart as you are.
You can retain some stuff though.
Refrigeration,
bro. If you could bring one book with you back to the back.
Ooh, that's a cheat code too.
Yeah, that's tough. If you bring one book,
you also got to think you can bet on sporting events. Final scores.
That's tough. I didn't even think about that.
Oh,
that's.
You're a billionaire, dude.
Oh, 100%.
Or more.
You try.
You know, I'll buy Facebook.
But how many times do you think you get it right before somebody goes, hold on now?
You don't look. That's not how you do it.
You don't do them all. I know. I get it.
Well, no, you do them all. You put them in ghost accounts. Like, yo, Meredith bet 36 big on, the Broncos to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I think you do, or you do a bunch of little bets. Just enough to get you through the next year, and then you double down on like a fat ass one-on-one.
See, but I think you hit a big one,
Yeah.
but you place multiple bets on ones that aren't going to hit.
Dude, or you hit a parlay.
That's what I'm saying.
A crazy
Well, but
parlay.
here's the thing. But a parlay, if somebody,
we better touch? We're like, hey, here's the thing.
But here's the thing. If you hit a crazy parlay, like, one in football and basketball and all this shit, they're going to be like, how did he guess all this shit? But what you have to do is if you do something like that, you have to have other parlays that aren't going to hit. So it looks like, oh, he just got lucky and this one hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to kind of cover it up a little bit.
Also, I know this, like, I'm cutting off of that a little bit. There's a theory out there of the people that are, like, fucking with time and everything, that once there is a time machine that's invented, you can only go forward. Like, once a time machine is invented, you can't go backwards in time. It's from the moment...
there isn't one back in time.
Yeah, apparently that's how real physicists or whoever does it figured it out. Like, hey, even if we did do it, you can't go backwards. You can only go forward. So
Yeah, because there's not technology until right now.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like, hey, man, we don't even have it, so how would we know? Unless we have it.
Right?
So how would we know?
Well, there's been all kinds of weird things, conspiracies of like people going back in time. I don't know if I believe that.
Going back in time?
I feel like you could be able to go back in time.
Can you go back in time? Huh. I'm trying to think if you could just like
I mean, they did
it for a day.
They did it in Back to the Future.
That's a movie.
It's a documentary.
Well,
put some respect on Back to the Future.
I mean, if you honestly felt like time travel existed currently, how far do you think we have the capabilities of going right now?
I think if we have it, we could go at any time. But I think we don't.
No. We can go at any time.
We can go anywhere.
Okay.
We can go anytime.
Okay.
But I think the reason why it hasn't been done, because it'll, mess everything up.
So you're thinking, what if that's what UFOs are? Are people time traveling? And they're just observing. And you can't touch anything because, whatever, them's the rules.
Whatever, them's the rules.
And that's why they haven't touched us yet. Or maybe they're taking people back and they're like, hey.
I think they have, though.
They have what?
Touched us. But what, though?
Yeah, but what have they,
I think they've touched us for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's enough, theories and people saying like, yeah, that's like UFOs are real and all this kind of shit, that I definitely think that there's been interaction between humans and non-humans or aliens.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to hear all the theories on what people think UFOs are. Like, because that's definitely one. People think that might be time travelers. Like, they have those photos where it's like somebody's like way back in like JFK days and it's like they have a cell phone and some shit. I don't know what I believe on that. I don't think time travel currently exists, but what if it was invented in like 1940 or something and they've just kept it so hush-hush and they've moved and that's why we see cell phone pictures because they've gotten to this point and then they went back there and took a photo or something. I don't know, because I feel like shit is so good nowadays that they can Photoshop those photos and make it look unphotoshopped. Like
Photoshop what photos?
Like that one where the dude's in the audience with the fucking cell phone. I don't know. And I also feel like maybe it's going to get on a weird tangent, but like the whole Alex, what the fuck is his last name? Alex Jones?
Baldwin? Oh.
Alex Jones, where he's like, there's conspiracy theories that state that there are multiple victims that happen to be at similar things always. Like, it's like there will be a victim of like the Pizzagate thing. And then that same family will be placed in a victim of like the
See, I think that's a little
at
bit
the
different.
Las Vegas shooting. It's the same person.
See, I think that's a little
They
bit
have photos.
different. Oh, you mean like there's like...
I know that's different.
Yeah. See,
but that's like a weird conspiracy. Like, how do you explain that? Like,
yeah.
is that like Fox News or fucking whoever's news putting people on things? But like, I don't know. Like, is there a secret society of people that will do anything just so life is paid for? What if the government approached you and was like, look, we'll take care of your entire life, but you just got to be a victim in certain like mass, like, you're going to be a mass shooting over here.
Yeah.
And you're also going to be
I think there are multiple societies within the United States that are like Men in Black.
Yeah.
You know, or like sign your life away type thing. Like that you'll be set for like who was it? Tom Hanks or something like that? I think you told me this. Maybe it was Tom Hanks, maybe it was somebody else. But like there were multiple sightings of him like being approached by these Men in Black type people and like calling him or whatnot, and like he like almost went crazy in the middle of the street in like New York or something.
Lawrence.
Is that who it was?
They said this happened where he was like, the Illuminati's coming after me.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want me to know what I know and whatnot. And then afterwards, because he stripped down in like in an intersection in Los Angeles, and the cops like kind of wrapped it up as it was him having like a heat stroke, and he was going like loopy because apparently that's what happens whenever you're like that and dehydrated and whatnot. And then he came out later and he was like, yeah, I was just having a heat stroke. Just like weird how completely different his story was.
Yeah. See, that stuff to me is like,
but also
that
don't
kind
you
of
think,
stuff to me is like fucking that like, oh, I don't know.
Then also, don't you think it'd be a little more like loosey goosey with some people that are out there, like the access to being able to put your information just out there, like Twitch or YouTube or whatnot. Twitch is like it's like it's out there. You can't get it back. It's live streaming. You can be like, you can say the wrong word and that shit is just out there. People are recording live streams, right?
Yeah.
YouTube, you can edit and you can post it. People are going to watch it before and then be like, yeah, this is cool to post. Mm-hmm. And people are going to take it down later. But like,
you're saying that you think that if there was something like the Illuminati or whatever,
somebody would have said something.
They would have slipped up.
But
somebody would have slipped up.
I don't think it would have been them slipping up. Like, I think, for example, Dave Chappelle's kind of like shoot from the hip type deal. Mm-hmm. I think he would have been like, yo, I've seen some...
Well, Joe's talked about it. Joe's talked about people approaching him before.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he talked about it on a podcast like a year ago. He's like, oh, I've definitely had people approach me.
See, I wonder if those people were real or if they were just like trying to like feed into... Like, is this all a mythos type thing or is this real? I mean, there are definitely secret societies, whether or not they're doing things like...
To control the United States or the people,
things with blood, and they're like controlling literally all of the media. There are definitely things where like the media does something when something else is on fire, and they're like, yo, is transgender...
We gotta cover this shit up.
A thing. And then it's like, yo, fucking Caitlyn Jenner just ran over somebody.
Yeah, what's
Killed
up with
him,
that?
dead.
Yeah.
Boom. Never to be seen again.
I don't know, man. I definitely believe there are a couple like societies out there that do a lot to cover up, or do control things. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever seen that? This is more aliens, so this is like going back to the UFO stuff. But
I like aliens.
Have you ever seen I think it's like 13th Sense or something like that, or
13th Sense?
13th Kind. Fourth Kind. The Fourth Kind.
You're talking, but it's like a longer title than that. It's like something of the Fourth Kind.
I thought it was just Fourth
Kind. It's
a
movie.
It is a movie.
And the alien UFO goes into the house, or like hovers above the house, and like some shit happens, and then...
It's about a girl...
Strange Encounters of the Fourth Kind or something like that.
Yeah. Well...
Is that the title?
It's just called The Fourth Kind.
Really?
Yeah.
It's got a blonde lady as the lead, I think.
Something like that. But,
Are you not you're on your phone, you're not looking at it?
No, I'm looking at it right now.
You're like, just not like The Thing.
But, like, it's a, sci-fi movie.
I thought it was one of the best ever.
But it's based on this girl, Abby Tyler, who had these things happen.
Okay.
And as a reenactment of Abby Tyler. Yeah. Who had these things happen to her in Alaska, and they were kind of playing this, or wrote this movie to, document some of it or make it into a movie. But they have like actual voice recordings and stuff of shit that happened to her, because I guess she was like journaling at the time, or I can't remember if she was writing a book or if she was a psychologist. Can't remember exactly what it was, but she would record a lot of memos and stuff.
Yeah.
And so there's like
exactly what you're talking
recordings of her like talking, like having a conversation with herself, like talking about what's going on. And then like a whole nother voice comes over and like this real alien sounding, or like you can't understand it. It sounds like a different language type thing.
Yeah, it's fucking Mila Jovovich or whatever. It's the girl from Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is so crazy.
It's creepy, dude. That
Abigail
shit's creepy.
Tyler, yeah.
But at the end of the movie, they like...
Don't they all get abducted?
Well, at the end of the movie, the movie ends, right? And then you hear her talking, and the camera comes back on, and it's her interviewing, like somebody interviewing her, and she's in like a wheelchair because she's all fucked up from these like abductions and stuff that happened to her. And so it's like this really weird, where it kind of leaves you guessing if it's like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
You know?
Did you just recently watch this?
No, I watched it probably 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, I watched it maybe around the same time. Yeah. But I was like, man, this is so fucking good. Why is this not more popular?
It's...
They're like varying it. They're like, hey, whoa, what are you
this
doing?
One down.
Yeah, that was a little too close.
You're too close, man.
Yeah, that's fucking.
What is your opinion on the whole alien thing? I mean, where are you?
Do they exist?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Are they here?
Exist. This is what I think. I think we have something like a Nest cam on us. We're children in another room.
Mm-hmm.
Like when adults want to play and go do stuff, they're like doing stuff, right? So they're like, I can't just be watching my baby all the time. I'm irresponsible.
Right.
I think that's what the aliens are doing. They're like, hey, they haven't burned it down yet.
We're an ant farm.
Yeah, somebody's just keeping an eye.
Yeah.
Maybe like somebody that's like snoozing on the clock. Like they're just like kind of looking at us. And sometimes they float a little too low. They do something like they cause something to happen. They're like, oh, fuck. The parents are going to be mad.
Yeah.
But I don't know that we're ever going to be exterminated or anything like that. I think it's more so just like, this is going to get me in trouble when I die, but I feel like things are like a mix of everything that everyone thinks is so separated. So I think like maybe aliens are more so like what we imagine God to be like. So I feel like we are created maybe based off of like some of the technology that's out there, and then we're just like going. They're not really fucking with us, but maybe every once in a while they'll drop like an Elon Musk in the building. And then that helps us to advance a little bit. But then they kind of just hands off for a little.
Yeah.
And I think that ultimately maybe we are a test and we're going to burn everything down because we're going to get too... We're so into the idea of like everything being quicker, faster. I want to think less and just have things done, that I think eventually that shit is going to bite us in the ass and it's going to take over maybe. Like maybe that's just like, it's crazy how influential just the movie Terminator is. It's like everybody thinks exactly what happened in Terminator is going to happen, but absolutely that is possible.
Yeah.
So I think something along the lines of, it is an experiment. What if it was just a rich alien that had a kid?
Just one rich alien
that had a kid, and the kid was like, "Mommy, I want a planet with things on it." And the mommy was like, "All right, but just don't let it do anything to the rest of the universe. We got a good thing going." And they're like, I promise nothing will happen. It'll just be on this little planet."
And then we started shooting out the Hubble telescope and
shit. Yeah, we started shooting, and they're like, "Okay, but you can't let that happen." So we started blowing up some of them. The space shuttle just...
Yeah, and then we just stopped doing the space shuttle. Like, we stopped going to space. I mean, there's people in space, but we didn't go to the moon again. Yeah, we went to the moon in like the 70s, and then we were like, hey, we don't need to do that anymore. Why?
What if the alien is like not paying attention, and that's how we got like some of the like unmanned ones out that are going out there with cameras?
Yeah, he was looking away whenever that one passed by.
He's like,
yeah,
and he woke up.
What?
He's like, yo, whoa, what's going on now? Yeah, dude. I don't know, dude. I think aliens are something along the lines of like what people like. Maybe that's where religion comes from, and maybe I'm gonna get some people upset.
Yeah, well,
it's not.
Tread
I'm not
lightly,
trying to
maybe.
upset people, but like I think maybe that's where the idea of like maybe it is God, but maybe God is aliens, or maybe aliens are God, or maybe all of this thing that we think is in control of everything is a totally different thing. What if it's not even God?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I mean, nobody knows.
Yeah, but I do think that it is impossible that there's not something more intelligent than us.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I get that.
What if it wasn't aliens and it would definitely be aliens, like you terminology, you'd call it that. But what if it was just like Bigfoot figured it out? And he's just like, I'm out of here, dude. He figured out how to fucking fly, and then he's just got, maybe there's a world of Bigfoots.
I wonder if...
You don't see him no more.
Yeah.
Did he ever exist? Or did he just leave before we got good photos?
I still be getting...
You still be getting photos from him?
I get selfies from him all the time,
He'd
dog.
just be saying, yeah,
we be hanging. We're pen pals.
Yeah.
I saw a video recently of a couple dudes hunting.
He's sending you Instagram videos and shit? Like,
he's sending me reels like, look, this motherfucker thought he got me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did see one on Instagram, though, recently that was like a couple dudes hunting, I think. They were in the middle of fucking nowhere. But it's like a couple 100 yards off. They're like 500 yards away. And this thing's like massive, like scratching a tree or some shit. And they're like freaking out. They're like losing it on this thing. And I can't remember where I saw it. I think it was Instagram. But I can't find it again now, of course, because Bigfoot deleted it.
Yeah, I was like, send me shit like that when it happens, bro.
Yeah, that shit's fucking weird.
Here's another. Would you rather? Would you rather more time or more money? That's a good one.
What you mean, live longer? Or hours in the day?
What the fuck do you think time is, dude?
I mean, I'm just asking.
Whatever. No. What? More hours? No. I mean, absolutely more hours in the day means you live longer, dude. Just by definition.
No. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
dude.
But
no, I would say more time. Like, say you're gonna die at 67. What if you could guarantee that you died 20 more years later?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Here's a funner version of this question.
Here's another question.
All right.
Here's one. Would you rather know how you die or when you die?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to know either, dude.
See, that's where my head's at. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. You know?
Just let it be, bro.
Whatever happens,
that
shit
happen. Is crazy to me. The only, if I had to be forced into it, it would be how I die. Yeah. It wouldn't be when, because I'm like...
Yeah.
Unless the only benefit to you knowing when is like, now I can get away with some shit I didn't think I could get away with it before. Like, I'd jump off a building and see what's good. Like,
you just use the rest of your life to just do dumb shit because you know you're not going to die.
Yeah, I can't die.
Yeah.
But then you're just a vegetable. You're a vegetable. You're like, hey, I didn't say you wouldn't die, you dumb fuck. You're not supposed to be doing crazy shit. And you're just like, for 30 years. But what if
you could still die, though? But what if you could still die?
No, you can't. You just, not under what you just asked.
But if he's like, if somebody is like, this is when you die, and you're like, okay, great. And then you jump off a building, and then you like, just die.
Hey, dude. I didn't
He's like, live your life regular, bro. Like, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, but I think whoever's giving you this information knows. Like, that's what you would do.
So he knows you're an idiot. He's like, you're dying tomorrow.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, fuck.
But then if he says you're dying tomorrow, then you're definitely not jumping off that building.
Yeah, because...
You're going to sit at the house all day and go, look at shit.
Stabbed to death.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. So which one? We got nowhere with that.
So which one?
So which one?
I have no idea. I don't know. I think probably how, if I had to pick one. I don't want to know. But I think
so
how.
So you're saying how because you can maybe avoid the situation?
I don't know particularly avoid it.
Because you can't.
Yeah.
You cannot.
Because if it's like eating,
any of this.
you know, or driving.
Hey, man, you can't avoid any of it, so it doesn't matter what it is.
Right. Huh?
No,
no, but if it's like something crazy like skydiving.
Yeah,
I'm not going to fucking...
But if it's set... Well, you can't avoid it, dude. He's giving you the information. Doesn't mean you can use it. Like, all you know is it.
It's information.
You cannot use it. You just know it.
But if he says skydiving...
I don't know. Bro.
If he says skydiving, dude, I'm not skydiving.
Yeah, but you know? More time or more money?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I feel like time, probably. Because I feel like time is money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's cliche.
But I also don't
to get out of it.
But I also don't want to be like 140, you know? I don't want to be that old.
What if you could control... All right, look. I rewrote this question because I was like, this would be more interesting to do it like this. So, would you rather be famous? And this is going to be an intricate question, so try to follow along. Would you rather be famous and for every year you are famous, you lose a year of your life? Or be autonomous, but live 2 years more for every year?
Autonomous? Anonymous?
I think autonomous means nobody knows you.
That's anonymous.
Yeah, but the way that it's used is different when you put the...
Autonomous means automatic. The car is autonomous.
You know what word I'm talking about, though?
Anonymous.
Not anonymous. Anonymity? That's what I'm thinking of. Like, anonymity is the feeling of being anonymous. Like, you don't... Like, we have anonymity walking down the street. People don't know us.
Yeah, but the way you worded that question, you would say anonymous.
Okay.
Yeah.
But okay. Or would you rather have anonymity, but live 2 years more for every...
I like how you didn't just say anonymous in the regular way the question was answered because you wanted me to be wrong. I like that. And you know what? I love that about you because you can't be wrong. And I love that about you.
I am not wrong, though.
But you are.
Anyways, I'll do it your way. Would you rather be famous and for every year of your life... or every year that you're famous, you lose a year of your life, or be anonymous but lose 2 years or live 2 years more for every year you are poor? So say you're 23 or 24 right now.
Yeah, 24.
Say you get rich next year just because you absolutely become successful. Now your life starts to get shorter. But if you
successful,
you're rewarded for being poor.
Successful and famous are two different things.
Yeah, no. Which is why the question is two different folds.
But famous and successful are different.
Correct.
So I don't have to be famous to be successful.
Absolutely.
So I don't want to be famous. I said you had to follow along with the question. But I don't want to be poor.
Okay, there you go. So you want to be famous. But I don't want to be...
No, I don't want to be famous.
Well, then
I want to be anonymous and successful.
You can't.
Legally? I can do whatever the fuck I want.
So basically, be famous and live half your length of your life, or be poor and live a long life. Which would you rather?
What do you mean poor? What does poor mean?
Like, we're just going to use money right now, like, for that, like, definition or whatnot.
So if I start making money, though...
You can't. You choose one. You don't understand what would you rather means, do you? Answer the question.
What does poor mean?
I can't be wrong
what
about
does poor
anonymity.
Mean?
Porn?
Poor.
Poor?
Yeah.
So the definition to me, I would say you make no more than $32,000 a year before taxes. So you're basically bringing home like $20,000 a year for the rest of your life. You can never make more than that.
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good on what is your good?
You're good at what is...
Yeah.
No, I'll take being successful.
Okay, so live 100 years poor or live 50 successful, and you're going 50.
Yeah.
But you went with more time on the other one.
Mm-hmm. Because time to me is money. And if I have more time, what does it fucking matter if I can't do anything with it?
Well, more time, I feel like you don't have to be successful, but you can be around people that make you feel good, and that...
But if I don't have any money to make the other people around me feel good, what's the point? I'm just a leech. All the other people make me feel good, but I can't make anybody else feel good.
But it's not but
I would rather be 50,
for the first 20 years of your life, you are a leech. But you still make people feel really good.
But I would rather be 50 years old, be successful, and have lived a full life in 50 years. 100%. Yeah.
That's interesting. See,
You would rather be poor and live 100 years?
It's all I know.
You make more than $32,000 a year, though, right?
Right now, I have no job. Okay, so I don't make any money right now.
Fuck. But I mean, with the last job you were at,
yeah,
if you kept on the same way, it would have been pretty close to that anyway. And if you make $1 more than $32,000,
I won't. There's no way.
Before taxes?
Oh, before taxes, yes.
Yeah. You're living a successful life.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like that is like a trope that people have always thrown out there. Would you trade success for time? That's a tough one. I don't know, like for this to blow. Like, would I trade some of my life for it? This is what I would trade. Because I guess you do kind of get off on the... Like, you get an advantage to losing some of your life. Say you were successful and you went at 50. You don't have to live that, like, I can barely walk phase.
Right, yeah, you're out of there, dude. I'm still driving a fucking Jaguar.
Damn, you're kind of winning me, though.
Yeah, like...
You might win me over now.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah...
Imagine being 100 years... You're 32, bro.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I don't know. My legs are gonna make it.
3 times that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
That's crazy to
It's
me.
a bit of a deal. I don't know... Now, the more that I think of it, I think you have to go with success because... Are you able to download your consciousness into another thing?
I mean, if you're successful,
yeah, what's the cap?
Yeah, dude.
Ain't no cap, bro.
25 years from now, bro, you're telling me there's not going to be a way that I can put my shit into something else?
Yeah. Here's a good question. How does the world end?
Dude, you want to get into some real shit?
Yeah, what's up?
Dude, you know what's going on in the European countries over yonder?
I was like, what's you?
In the European countries over yonder? About like
Abu Dhabi?
No, like the whole Russia thing and China.
They're at war?
Well, yeah, but like China is starting to move a bunch of their naval ships around and like they're trying to kind of moving towards Taiwan, which is they've been talking about taking over Taiwan for the past like 10, 15 years. But this is the first time they've actually started to like move naval groups to a place where they could start doing that. Or start to try and take it over at least. And the United States has a pact with Taiwan because we're all part of NATO and all that kind of stuff that says if they invade, we have to come help. And Russia is tied with China. So if we get into it, Russia get into it with China. Get into it.
I've never heard that.
But
get into it.
They get into it with China, and that means fuck, everybody's into it. You know what I mean?
Didn't we? I think we went to Twin Peaks like a few years ago and had lunch, and this was the topic that we were talking about. Because I was like, I don't know shit about NATO or something. And you're like, look, I'm gonna break it down for you.
I don't know if I said that. That's not something that I would say. I feel
absolutely, because you gave me this same talk because I remember this talk.
Really?
We were eating lunch somewhere, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Are you sure this wasn't about the Cold War like 6 months ago?
No, I'm absolutely sure.
Okay,
because I remember this was pre-podcast. We didn't have anything, and
we had nothing.
We had nothing. And I was like, what's going on? They're like moving stuff, and you're like, yeah, this could be real bad for us. And I was like, what? Yeah, but why? I think this was when they elected Trump, maybe, and we were friends then.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out what would like
why
there was a tie or some shit. I can't remember, but I remember you saying this exact shit. Like, yo, they're moving. They might try to take some shit, and if that means that means we are going to war.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do about it. You know what I mean? We're already the U.S. is already kind of stepping on toes.
Where do you think if some shit goes down you think the war is going to be happening over there, or is it going to be here? Like the main part.
I think if it goes down the way I just talked about it,
yeah,
like with Taiwan, I think it'll be over there.
Word.
Because we'll go over there and like defend Taiwan or whatever. You know what I mean?
And what do you think happens here?
I mean, fuck, they could just nuke the United States. So they could just do that at any time.
You don't think we just have some shit sneaked off somewhere and we're like, try to hit that button, bro?
Well, I think that we have the best nuclear defense. So I think what does that
even mean? Won't that change the climate if say a fucking nuke is coming over? They're gonna defend it in the air, right? And then that's gonna fucking change the thermodynamics of the world.
Well, so
you're like, how does he even know that? Just let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Well, he goes, somebody gave him that word.
Yeah.
You should take it back.
Yeah. Whoever gave you that dictionary, bro?
I'm gonna watch that back. The look on your face, you went. You were so surprised. You're like, no, just go back.
No, keep going. Oh, fuck.
Oh, dude. Yeah,
the short answer is no, it won't.
It won't change the heat in the planet.
No.
Really?
So, the way nuclear bombs versus non-nuclear bombs work is like, for a nuclear explosion to happen... well, there's a lot of things that have to happen for a nuke to go off, right? There's more than just like impact of something. It's not like a regular... like a RPG that once it hits the ground, it explodes. You know what I mean? Okay. So, like, it's timed and it's got there's a reaction that has to happen before any, explosion happens. So if you shoot it out of the air, it just falls out of the air and doesn't explode. You know what I mean?
So you think our nuclear defense is like something is going to go up to it
and blow it up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But you're saying something's going to go up to it out of the sky and stop it and make it fall.
No. They'll just shoot it and it'll fall out of the sky.
You don't think that'll make it blow up?
No. No, nuclear bombs it won't.
I think you'd be surprised.
I don't think so at all. I think that when they shoot them down and they just fall.
So you're saying when we're watching this on TV and it inevitably blows up, you're not going to be surprised?
It's not going to blow up. There's a lot.
So you're saying you're going to be surprised? Because
it's not going to, for sure.
Bro, if we're watching the news and there's an explosion because it's nuclear and the thermodynamics of the world changes, and I'm standing next to you.
If they shoot it out of the sky and it blows up, I'm going to go, that's not a nuclear bomb.
That's what you're going to
That's what I'm going to say, yeah.
But inside you're going to think, you're like, fuck, he got me on that.
No. Look.
You're like, that clip is going to resurface. I'm going to look like an idiot.
Shoot a nuclear bomb out of sky.
Dude, it hasn't happened, has it? We've done that? Already?
They've tested a lot of it, yeah. Yeah.
We're going to ruin this planet, dude. They're testing shooting shit down.
Yeah.
Just for the fun of it.
Yeah, just to make... Well, how do you know if your defense works if you don't have anybody shooting at you?
Assume.
You want assume covering the U.S.? We assume that it's going to stop it. Yeah, we don't know.
Do you understand how people get in bar fights? That's how I feel like we go to war. We assume we're going to beat them. We don't know, dude. Because if we know we could beat them, don't you think we would just own them already? All right.
Hold on. You're going to have to say that again.
I said, don't you think if we assume we could beat them that we would just own them already?
I don't think we want to. Why would we want that?
Hey, do you know how like cavemen work? Like if we were friends and we're in caveman days, and you had like maybe a girl I wanted, I would just beat you the fuck up, and now that's my girl.
Yeah, but we're not in caveman days anymore.
Yeah, but that's basically how the world works.
Not anymore.
Hey, I want that. That's mine. Well, they're doing that to Taiwan.
Well, here's the thing. No, but here's the thing. This is what happens though: is when you have the ability to press a button and blow up the entire world, that caveman shit goes out the window real quick. Because you're thinking, if I do something wrong, they can just shoot all this shit over at me and the world explodes.
Yeah, but the fact that the button exists, that there's just one, that is caveman shit. Hey, I don't like this. Boom.
You see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what... that's what the whole Cold War. That's what the whole Cold War thing was. Is both of us going, damn, this button looks sick, and not doing anything about it. But there was this tense over everyone. But yeah, man, that whole thing with China and Taiwan and stuff is getting really, really sketchy, man. It's getting really gnarly. I think even the U.S. has started to move troops around in case something does happen, which is, like China has flown for a long time, for the past I don't know how many years. They've been kind of pressing Taiwan's buttons with like flying
stuff in their airspace,
like fighters and stuff like that in their airspace, and kind of like this.
Well, what's Tom Cruise doing about it?
No, but I ain't heard from him in a while, so he's probably getting ready.
Dude, how crazy would it be if, dead serious, if the only defense we had left
was Tom Cruise?
Yeah, and he's like, no, I've flown planes, and then he just flies right into the water. He just really thinks he's that guy.
I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's like, I've been in two of the highest grossing movies of all time. I definitely got it. They're like, who was that guy? I don't know.
That intro song comes on.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, dude. I mean, I really hope. Don't you think the easiest way for them to really tackle us or to really hurt us would be to just stop giving us iPhones and shit like that? Stop the digital shit that they help us with.
I mean, we get them a lot from Taiwan. There's multiple, I mean, there's not, as far as the U.S. would have to do a lot more to be self-sustaining, because we do get a lot of shit from other places, Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know, man. But again, what's easier? Stop selling stuff to us or press a button? China, basically, the whole time, the reason why is China believes Taiwan is part of China. China believes Taiwan is a part of China.
Because they don't recognize them as their self. You can't say Taiwan stands alone to Chinese people.
Right, because they...
Or the Chinese government or whatever.
The government is like, no, that's part of China. Yeah. That's ours.
I know that because John Cena got in trouble for saying that, and then he had to say an apology video in Chinese.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like... I don't even know where I was going with that.
Well, I was saying, why couldn't they just digitally attack us? Turn everything off.
I think they kind of are already. You know what I mean?
TikTok.
Yeah. I mean, they listen to fucking everything.
You think they're listening now?
These right here?
No, you think they watch our podcast?
Oh, I'm sure the Chinese government watches our podcast, yeah. Well, about this topic?
Hey,
they're going to be in there. They're going to be in there.
If you are Chinese and you're also in your
own
government, if you're also in your own government, like and subscribe, please, dude.
Watch this shit, though. We're going to get ads on our Instagram. It's come to China after we talk about this. Yeah. No, man, that shit's scary, dude. That shit's real scary.
Sound off in the comments if you're in the Chinese government.
Jack Mehoff?
He's been missing you. Whoever that is.
Dude, what's up?
Yeah.
That's funny, man. I love it.
Yeah, he was pissed you got rid of the Subi.
Hey, man, I'm pissed too, dude. Believe me.
I sent you the red one.
I did. Yeah,
did you
I saw
look
that.
into it?
I didn't look into it.
I almost got it, or I was looking to because you can play around on the website and you can play around with your credit score, down payment, monthly payment, shit like that, and see if you could qualify for it. And I could, but the mileage was 150 something, and I was like,
it's already had 3 engines in it.
Yeah, for 10 grand, I'm like, probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we can get out of here, but before we do, we are trying to get Johnny Mumbles on the podcast. I say trying, but we're gonna. It's just going to be a few more episodes before we do. He's a busy guy, but if you are trying to get tattoos in the local area, Pensacola, Florida, if you want to make a red eye over here from the Chinese government, we can do some English lettering on you.
Yeah. We can figure it out.
Tag your arm up with royalty or loyalty or brotherly love or some shit.
Brethren.
Dude, when my poppies died, my dad's dad, all of the brothers in the family got Chinese symbols tattooed on their shoulders that is supposed to stand for brotherhood. Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
They got it done in the kitchen,
tough,
so
bro.
I don't know.
It's tough.
It's a tough deal, but we can definitely do that in English, but maybe not brotherhood, just like bro or bruh.
Yeah. With a period after.
Do you think that's what it is like over there? Like they
I
just
think-
have the word bruh instead of like, they just have English words instead of like.
Oh, you
Chinese
mean
symbols?
like how we get?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
It's an interesting
Take
like,
on.
what is the culture like? Because we've made that like that here.
Yeah.
Or do they do
Like,
Chinese
what's the
symbols?
tribal tattoo for?
Other parts of the world?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. I don't know because
We've never been anywhere but
But here.
here. Yeah. No, I don't know. That's a good question. That would be cool though if it's like the same. They put like, loyalty down the side, like their arm or whatever.
like instead of like a barbed wire like thing around, it's like a catching net so you don't jump off the building.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's equally like dangerous if it wasn't there.
Like
I don't know.
that's good.
It's something. But if you go to Sacred
just-
Grounds Tattoos, Johnny Mumbles, you got Chauncey there. So many great artists.
They're doing some really cool stuff with blindfolding tattoos. I don't know if you've seen this, but they
Word.
tried doing blindfolded tattoos on my buddy Gabe, and they just came out with the second edition of it, where Chauncey tried to do a skull on Gabe, and they are hilarious, dude. They're so
Word.
funny. Yeah, those guys over there they're so great. They're really funny. But yeah, if you're looking for a studio, Sacred Grounds. Sacred Grounds, Pensacola, in downtown Pensacola. Represent, baby. You know how to
they're
do.
absolutely awesome people. Super easy to work with. Great conversations, great vibes, energy, music, all that shit while you're there. And they're like nationally known people. They're doing amazing work down there. Also, if you are trying to get your jiu-jitsu on in Pensacola, Florida, we have Kazushi Club. They just did team training not too long ago. Also, just have a lot of the team really representing in a lot of the competitions that they're involved in. And just overall, the team is growing super fast. One of our ex-sponsors, Beats Working Rentals, Vacation Rentals, one of the guys involved with that, one of the owners, he just got his purple belt.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah.
Over the weekend, so that was pretty cool. Did some great stuff our gym's doing. Kazushi Club Pensacola, that's Derek Overby. Also, him and his brother Casey, they run Little Guy Jits. Just doing all kinds of sort of cool ass shit with the
Gangster
crew.
ass shit, dog.
Yeah,
That shit's
and
tight.
if they're not here, where can they train?
Dude, if let's say you're over in, I don't know, Foley.
Foley.
Yeah,
if you're
if you're just
rolling
over
in
there-
Foley.
If you're just rolling in Foley and you're trying to find someone to roll in Foley, pull up to Panacea Martial Arts, man. Tony over there is an absolute killer. Newly belted black belt. Freshly minted.
It's like 6 months now, but yeah, he is.
It's pretty, but still.
I went over there and rolled with him like not too long
Killer,
ago.
dude. He's a killer.
Still a mess.
It's killer, dude. It's insane.
He got father strength now.
Dude, that dad strength is no joke, is it?
Yeah, he put that whooping on me.
yeah.
He said, "I'll get the belt out," and I was like, "I believe you."
Yeah, Panacea Martial Arts, man. They just moved gyms like a year ago. Down the road in Foley, they have a huge gym now. They do all kinds of stuff for kids or if you're starting out in jiu-jitsu or intermediate up to whatever rank you are, they have something for you. Great people over there. Rich Chimleski is the Wednesday night coach over there. He does it's the intermediate and the
He does the beginner at 5:30 and the advanced at 6:30, I think.
beginner and advanced classes on Wednesday night, and he'll have a bunch of his gear over there too, a lifestyle experiment stuff. So all of our rash guards and stuff that we wear is all a lifestyle experiment. He does rash guards, shorts. I know they were doing t-shirts for a little bit, and he's kind of making his way into the gi stuff as well, so kind of be on the lookout for that. His website is alefl.com, and the Instagram is at a lifestyle experiment. So definitely go check them out. And if you're over there, drop in. I believe they do a week free too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So a week free over there if you're looking to do some classes and trying to, check it out and see what the deal is. But yeah, definitely go pop in on those boys. Say what's up. Tell them Some People Suck sent you.
Also, this Wednesday, we're going to be at Fred's Bar and Grill in, I guess, Baton Rouge.
Something like that.
So, hopefully we'll see the boys. I mean,
Yeah.
I know we'll see the boys.
Yeah,
Get the
yeah.
fucking tickets.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we got to.
But if you see us, holler at us.
Yeah, if y'all are over there, say what's up.
We're going to be a fucking blast. A
Yeah.
blasty blast.
It'll be a good time. So, and yeah, hope the boys make it there safe there and back. You know?
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, good shit, man. You ready to wrap?
Ready to wrap.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We love you. We're getting the fuck up out of here. Yee, 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 yee.